It's really interesting watching this bumblebee. I hope you can hear me through all this noise. There's just a lot construction and police cars and all sorts going past, because I live in an urban area and this is a balcony garden in a densely populated part of London, UK. This is the rest of the garden. So today I realized that something about this lavender and the bumblebee and the wasp. So until recently, maybe until about a couple of weeks ago, there was one wasp that used to come here almost every day, usually in the mornings until around lunchtime, to harvest nectar or maybe other things from this lavender plant. And it was consistent every day. It was the same last year. While this lavender is flowering, I would get wasps, sometimes two, usually one. I think both wasps and bees and bumblebees are solitary bees. But I've noticed this bumblebee started turning up maybe a week or two ago. And the bumblebee occasionally, well, last week I noticed the bumblebee and the wasp were on this plant together, harvesting different, in harmony, I would say. They each had their own parts. I didn't see any fighting or any conflict. But since then, there was also another what looked to me like a, well, anyway, there was also another what looked like a bee, but I wasn't sure. But anyway, it was mainly the wasp and the bumblebee that were here harvesting together. But this week, we're now in late July 2023, I've noticed the wasp isn't here anymore and it's just the bumblebee. I just thought that was really interesting. And I would have thought there was enough here. Maybe it isn't for both of them, but it's just really interesting that the wasp is no longer here and the bumblebee is here every day, and the bumblebee stays later. So I think I saw it yesterday or the day before around 6 p.m. The wasp wouldn't normally stay until then. It would be gone by around lunchtime, maybe 2 o'clock. So I just thought that was an interesting observation about nature, competition. Maybe it's competition. Maybe the wasp will return if the bumblebee isn't here. I don't know. I just thought it was really interesting phenomenon. And this is also the first year that I've seen a bumblebee here in the 3 years that I've had this balcony garden. So I just thought I'd share that in case it means something. So hopefully the wasp will have found somewhere else, or maybe will come back. But I thought I'd share that. And while I'm here, this is an update on the moringa I've been growing. I should have really repotted that by now, but I will do. I'll put it in a bigger pot. Rosemary there. This is some radish I've been harvesting from, so there's not much left. The pot was full but I've been gradually harvesting from it. It's the kale. The summer hasn't been very hot so far in the UK here, so kale is still doing okay. sage, lemon balm, mint. This is nettle. Oh my god, I've just noticed this flower. Wow, I'm really happy with this. This is I think I forgot to label this, but this is calendula, I think. And this is the first flower. I hadn't even seen it until I started this video. I'm so happy to see this because I thought I had sown it too late, but I've got my first flower. I really want more flowers on this in my balcony for the pollinators. So a few buds there, so it looks like I'm gonna get a few more flowers. Very pleased with this. And I think the forecast here in London for the next 2 weeks is more rain, so I think they'll be okay. Sweet box, it's grown lots of leaves over the spring and summer. This very water hungry longleaf, broadleaf, longleaf plantain. And this is a spent nasturtium plant. I've got videos on this plant. It used to look a lot better. This is not how it's looked in the past. It was thriving and I was harvesting lots of flowers from it, and I actually have a video coming out soon about how I've harvested flowers over the spring and summer of 2023 from this plant, and I cut it back. And since I've cut it back, actually it's grown some new green leaves, so it's definitely recovering. And this is a leek and celery that I'm trying to regrow. So I bought both supermarket bought and it's just a leftover from what I used. I just put the base back in the soil and it's regrowing. I try and do that with onions, leeks, spring onions, most of the alliums family. I try and do that. I have at least one pot or container dedicated to regrowing from food scraps, and that's here. So and this is a beetroot that I've been harvesting for months. I don't know if beetroot is a cut and come again type crop, but I have definitely noticed I've harvested many times from here, or it's simply as I harvest this new growth from the ones that previously maybe didn't get some sunlight. So the plan is to put the moringa in this pot and move this to where the radish is right now, because that's also coming to the end of its life. So I guess this is also a summer tour, which I've been meaning to do all summer, but I didn't get around to it. And this is how things are looking. Summer 2023. Not bad. And my indoor plants are also doing well. Snake plants, corn plants. This is my pothos that is winding its way up, down, and then now sideways. This thing will take over if I let it, and I think I might let it just grow and see what it does. I got this for free in a tiny pot with 1 or 2 leaves at a conference that I attended maybe, I think, almost exactly 10 or 9 years ago, and this is how it looks now. Very pleased with it. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope your gardening efforts are going well. If you are a gardener, especially if you're a balcony gardener in an urban environment, even in a small space, it's possible to grow things, especially in the climate we have, with the climate we have in the UK. And happy summer. Thank you for watching. Bye.